doing this will enable you to think more positively. It's all about thinking more positively. And when we compare ourselves to people on social media, and we look at everything that everyone else is doing, we are looking at an artificial life. We don't share all the bad on social media. We don't share all the hard work and the grit and the time and the effort, everything in the background. We don't share that. We share all the good stuff. So that is what you see, and that's what you compare yourself to, okay? So it's very important to understand that this is not reality. So focus on all these little tasks that are feeling overwhelming, prioritize them, distribute them into them 4 sections on the Eisenhower matrix, distribute them, and start talking to yourself differently and not saying to yourself, the problem is I can't do that because of this. Say to yourself, the challenge is I'm not confident enough. The challenge is I don't know how to create a webinar. Do you think I knew how to create an online training program? Fuck no, I never knew how to do that. I learned how to do it, and I surrounded myself with people that did know how to do it. So now I can do it, but I didn't know how to do that 6 months ago. So this is what we need to do to be able to push forward. We always need to be growing. So it's very important when you are feeling overwhelmed that you create detailed planning, okay? When you look at a task, when you look at a business goal or a life goal or anything that you need to do in your life and business, and it is just that one big chunky goal or that one big chunky thing, that's overwhelming. That's big, that's mammoth. If this is broken down into small little bite-sized pieces that you will do day by day, week by week, month by month, you are then chipping away. So this big feeling of overwhelm, this big overwhelming feeling that you have has now been broken down into small little manageable tasks. Now, if you are on the platform, there is a planning tool that you can download, save, and do all of this, okay? I've created a planning tool because I was not the best planner. I had these big goals and I would just wanted to go 100 miles an hour for them and never broke anything down. And then I felt so overwhelmed that I couldn't do any of it. Okay. I felt that I was just hitting a wall. There's just no way I could have progressed forward. So I created a spreadsheet, a Google sheet, where you can input these goals, input these tasks, break them down into snippets, and then you can start putting them into your diary. So it's very important that these big goals are broken down, okay? Broken down into small little bite-sized tasks. And these bite-sized tasks then need to be prioritized. And once these are prioritized, these need to be scheduled into your diary, either scheduled on the Eisenhower matrix or done immediately. These tasks need to be done in this way so you can start chipping away at these tasks to then reach you to that end goal. If you look at that big end goal as one big goal, one big life-changing business goal, you're never going to get it done. Now, let me know, anyone in the comments, have you ever had this big goal? And think about it. How long have you had this big goal? I wanted to create a makeup range. And I've wanted to do that for 10 years because I just put it up here. I was like, yes, I'm going to make makeup. I never did it until I actually thought, right, no, I'm going to fucking do this. Don't know how to manufacture, don't know how to sell online, don't know how to create a website, don't know how to do any of it. So I broke it all down into small little bite-sized pieces, and now I have a makeup line. I don't even know how I got there, but everything was bite-sized. And I managed to achieve that. Same with my coaching platform. For me to say I want an online coaching platform and forum and courses that people can access and drip fed and everything integrated, I don't know how to do that. So I broke it down. I developed this in the background. So while people are not seeing the day by day things I do, everything that I do now has been years in the planning. It has been years in the preparation. So this overwhelming feeling of this big task and goal needs to be broken down, needs to be prioritized, and needs to be scheduled in your diary. Now, it is so important to have accountability with this as well, you know, and this is why I created this group, to have some kind of accountability. Obviously, some of you that are watching and that will probably watch this later, you've already dropped me a few messages. I coach you on a one-to-one. You have accountability. You have me there every 2 weeks, every week, or every couple of days, sending you a voice note, checking in. You are accountable to me. So by having accountability, it's like having a teacher. It's having a coach right there with you to make sure you get your shit done. And you can find accountability on all sorts of levels. You can have it as a business coach. You can have it as this group. You know, you could post in this group at the beginning of the week, this week I'm going to do da, 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 da. And then people are going to say, oh, did you get that done? I'll message say, did you get that done? That you putting out what you want to do out there to the world, to a friend, to a family member, to a coach, you've made yourself accountable for that task. Yeah. So accountability is so important to actually enable you to get these tasks done, so you don't have that overwhelming feeling of everything being too much for you. When you do have, obviously, we always have that time where we feel so overwhelmed and we can't do anything. Okay, we can't do anything. It's like, you know what? No, fuck it. My head's gone. I've got so much that I want to do. I've got my big to-do list. I've got my priorities. I've scheduled. I've delegated. I've done all of that. But right now, my head's gone. My head is absolutely gone. What do we do? Okay, simple things that we can do just to kind of break that emotional feeling that we've got. Simple thing is just get out the house, get out the clinic, get off the computer, just for 20 minutes, go for a walk. Fresh air does wonders. Go for a walk, ring a friend, catch up with somebody, go and just sit in a cafe and people watch. Just break yourself away for that moment, for that half an hour, to actually just to regain that focus again. Doing an old hobby, reading a book. I don't watch TV. Some people might go and watch TV, a bit of Netflix. I don't watch much TV at all. So for me, it would be, you know what? I'd get my winter coat on, don't care what the weather's like, and I just walk to the shops, probably get wine, just go for a walk, just break that feeling. Okay. If you're feeling so overwhelmed and so emotional and everything's like, I can't get anything done, there is no point in trying to power through. You trying to power through, you're going to do really crap work that's going to have to get done tomorrow. So just break away from it. Go for a walk, ring a friend, play some loud music, do something fucking silly, go outside on kids' trampoline. I've done that before. Kidding you not, I have, when I felt like too much pressure, I've gone outside and bounced on my kids' trampoline for a couple of minutes. I'm going to say 5 minutes, but that's quite hard work. Just done something bloody silly, just something so silly and so random. Or I've said, right, kids, we're going to play role play. Come on. I'm the daddy, you're the dog, let's play. And I just break myself away from it, because if you try and force yourself to push through, you will not do any good work. You will end up having to do that again tomorrow. I'm back, internet cut out. I was fetching my daughter. Don't worry about it, honey. You might want to go back and watch it. You've missed a big chunk, so you might want to go back and watch it. So yeah, I'm just talking about when you have that sudden feeling of being so overwhelmed. Look how unprofessional I look now. My battery's about to go on my laptop, so now you're gonna have a walk through my house. This is kind of like, look at this. This is me getting ready for a makeup event. Look at this. State in my living room. So now I'm going to go and get my charger. This is me being so organised. Don't even know where my charger is. It's I put my charger next to my computer so I didn't have to look unprofessional. Flipping heck. Right, okay. So yeah, this is live, and also this is going to be a podcast, and now I've been rambling on about getting my charger. So when we get that sudden feeling of being overwhelmed and we can't push through, we've prioritized everything and we just can't function. We need to do stuff. We need to work on our business. There's too much to do. You have to take 5 minutes. Go and do something silly, go for a walk, ring a friend, sit in a coffee shop, do a good deed for somebody. Doing something kind for somebody makes you feel good about yourself. I don't know, walk down the high street and I don't know, buy a homeless man a sandwich. I don't know, just something that will make you feel good. It will break that really emotional, overwhelming feeling that you have. And what you've got to think is it is all about small steps. We need to reinforce the habit of showing up rather than getting it all done. Okay. A lot of people think, oh, well, I haven't got the time to, create a full module on my training course. So you know what? I'm not going to do it, but I've got time to do one lesson. And that's the importance. You may not have time to go to the gym for an hour, but have you got time to go to the gym for 10 minutes? So you need to reinforce the habit of doing something, because doing something is better than nothing. And what a lot of people do is they say they haven't got the time. There's a lot of people that have said they've not gone onto the platform yet and done the coaching because they haven't got the time. But you could go on and do one lesson for 20 minutes. You can find 20 minutes just to one lesson. So reinforcing the habit of showing up is better than not doing it at all. So think about this as baby steps, okay? So when you feel so overwhelmed and you're overthinking everything that needs to be done, just think, you know what? Let me just do one little task. One little task. I'll do a tiny bit and that's ticked off. And I'll do a tiny bit tomorrow. That's ticked off. So just think of it as baby steps. It's a journey, developing our business and improving our life and developing our skills. It's a journey. It's not a destination. So you need to remember that it is baby steps. It is step by step. I didn't get where I've got in my businesses by it being done like that. It was little baby steps that got me there. And when I had them overwhelming feelings, I prioritized, I took a step back, I had a day off, whatever it took, and then got back on it again. So you need to look at that as a journey. Now, a lot of people, when it comes to overthinking is a big thing. And I think a lot of this is influenced with comparing, social media again. We start overthinking. Are we good enough? Are we experienced enough? Are we confident enough? Am I good enough at eyebrows? Am I good enough at facials? And you start questioning you and your capabilities. Now, what I want to say is you'll never be perfect, okay? And when you feel like you hit that level of what you think is perfect now, you're going to increase to another level of perfection. So you will never, ever, ever be perfect. What you want to do in your life and business is a journey. You will never get to that perfect destination. It's not like you will do all these business changes. Then when you hit that mark, you're like, oh, I've done. Awesome. You're a businesswoman. We are business people, we are entrepreneurs, whatever industry that we're in, and we are here in this platform because we want to better ourselves. So we will never get to the stage where I think, oh, you know what, I've done now, awesome, great stuff, what am I going to do? You are then going to be looking for the next thing. You are then going to look at perfecting even more, and you will always go on that journey. So don't overthink and put yourself off because you believe you're not perfect yet. I said this to one of the girls that I'm coaching at the moment. Get it done, then get perfect later. My coaching platform, I love it, but it's not perfect. There's a few little hiccups, and some of you know about the hiccups that I've had. But I'm like, no, get it done and get perfect later. It can always improve, and it will always improve as time goes on. So don't overthink and put yourself off doing things because you feel you're not ready, because you will never be ready. Your ducks aren't going to all be in a row ever. Yeah, because when you think they're all going to be in a row, a curveball will come in, or something will happen, or I don't know, something in your personal life will fucking fly in and knock one of the ducks out. And then you're like, oh, can't do it anymore. No, I can't do it because I don't know. I've just split with my boyfriend. I haven't, but whatever it may be. So your ducks aren't all gonna be in a row. So get it done and then get perfect later. Now, overthinking is something, like I said, like I touched on, a lot of people do because they compare to others. You are not anybody else. People in this industry and people that invest their money in us are buying a part of you. They are paying you as a person and not just for your service, okay? So there's only one of you. There's only one of you. There's only one of you that can do a set of eyebrows like you do and have the conversation, the personality that you have. So people will invest in you. So stop overthinking and comparing to others and putting yourself off, putting yourself out there and progressing your business, because you will be having the same conversations with yourself in 12 months' time. Trust me, I have done it all. You have all these big goals and plans, and then you start overthinking, or what if I put that out there, or what if I push my business in that direction and I charge someone for it and they don't think it's worth it? What if I introduce this new treatment and it ends up not being as good as what I expected and it doesn't work? So then you pull back. What if I don't know, go live on social media and somebody comments and comments in a negative way, or pull back or not bother doing it anyway? You need to get out your comfort zone. You need to break free from your comfort zone if you want to develop and progress in your business. So can't post comments to Facebook groups. Oh, interesting. Oh, I can't even comment. How bizarre. Right. Okay. So, who are you? It says Facebook user. So basically, when you are watching a live that is scheduled, it will have a little button where it'll say allow Facebook to see your name. And if you click on that, then I know who you are. If you haven't got time to come out and go back in, then just tell me who you are, your name. I'm saying I'm launching a new business second, and I'm still trying to find certain things like packaging I want and to get products with the brand logo on. But until then, I'm getting generic packaging and using stickers with my logo. Exactly. I've done a couple of makeup events. I've manufactured my own makeup line. It's Kerry. Hi, Kerry. And I didn't have a display stand. I have not got a tester stand. This business is only been a year old. My boyfriend's just made me one. But my first two events, I'm like, I'm not going to say no to this event because I've not got a tester stand. I can create my own tester stand. I can get some wooden shelving. I can get my centre bloody B&M and get it done and get perfect later. My next event that I've got coming this weekend, I'm going to have a display stand. So you put things off because you feel that it's not perfect, but it will never be perfect. So say, for instance, you're going to now start with your own boxes and a sticker. So when you do get your box with a print on, what will happen is, let's fast forward 6 months' time, you will then be like, oh, shit, these boxes, I don't like them. It's not got my website on. It's not got a QR code on. It's not got this on. They're not perfect. It's not got, this information on. So do that you then keep going for the next level of making it perfect. So that's really good. Interesting to know what you're doing, Kerry. That's fantastic. So yes, it is very important to get it done and get perfect later. And also, this will add to the overwhelming feeling as well, because if you don't get it done and it just sits there in the back of your mind thinking, right, I need to launch this, I need to do this, but it's not ready, it's all added tasks and added jobs and added things that's in your mind that's going to make you feel overwhelmed. So launch it, go for it, start it. Okay, and then perfect it as you go. Has anybody else watching got any comments, any questions, or any feedback at all? So what we have got now, I can't comment in here for some reason. So every single person that has contributed and messaged is going to get the free gift that I mentioned. So what I will do until anybody else comments, basically what I want to give you guys that have watched and inputted, so Claire, Kerry, V, there's one other that's not commented, so I'll have to go on to see who watched that. So basically what I want to give you is an hour of my time. I want to coach you via Zoom for 1 hour. So I normally charge £150 for a 1 hour coaching session. Now I coach people on a one-to-one, and I do it in a course. A block of 12 weeks is what I normally do as my one-to-one coaching and development. Okay. With that, you get access to the platform free of charge for 6 months. But what I want to do, I want to have a 1 hour discovery call with you, 1 hour. Normally I do a discovery call at 30 minutes, but I want to give you 1 hour of my time completely free, where 3 minutes chit chat at the beginning, but then I want to get straight into you, what you want to do, how I can help, how I can support, what advice I've got, what things you can do, etc., and help you support and guide and coach you and give you 1 hour. So that is what I want to do. So thank you to those guys that have commented. Totally amazing. Yes, it'll be good. But Claire, we can't chat and knit because it's an hour of business coaching. So we can have a little chat via Facebook Messenger or something. And Kerry as well. You can get that. I definitely put things off until I feel they are perfect. It's quite crippling business. I'm working hard to stop this. Yeah, definitely. It'll never be perfect, Claire. It'll never be perfect. And the thing is, right, look at where you are now, okay? Think back to where you were 7 years ago. The 7 year ago you're very welcome. I think that's Kerry that said thank you. The 7 year ago imagine you was that person and you was looking at what you've got now. Would you think that that's pretty perfect? You probably would. But now you're in that now, 7 years on, and you're doing what you're doing. That's not enough because you want the next thing, which is normal because you're an entrepreneur, so that is normal. But rewind back 10 years ago, like I ain't got all my shit together, the stuff that I want to do, everything that I'm developing, I'm doing, I'm still going, I will still continue. But if I rewind back 2 years ago and somebody told me I would be doing this right now and I would have what I have right now, I'd think, fuck yeah, that's pretty perfect. That's amazing. So you've got to look at that because you will always be wanting to seek perfection. You will always want that. It's only human to want that. But you will never be perfect because when you hit that level of perfection, the next level, you will then be seeking for the next level of perfection because you are an entrepreneur, you're a businesswoman, you are a passionate individual in what you do. You're always going to be seeking the next thing. And also what is so important to know is if you do launch something when it is perfect, how are you going to learn? This is what I think is really important. You learn more from your mistakes than your successes. You learn more from your mistakes. So if you did launch something or went forward with something and it wasn't perfect and you found all these little errors along the way and these little hiccups and these little problems where it wasn't streamlined enough or it wasn't delivered competently enough or it wasn't the best treatment or whatever it may be, you will then learn from that. So then you will then improve it. So getting it not perfect is perfect because you will learn more from you will learn more from the mistakes than you will from your successes. Okay. And that is what will then make you become this ideal, this idealism of being perfect. So get things done and learn from the mistakes, learn from the little hiccups, learn from the things that you can improve, and that will enable you to perfect it. So I will touch base with everyone that's watched. I hope you've enjoyed the live. If you watched it on replay, then give me a hashtag replay. And there was a couple of people that messaged that said they couldn't watch, but said they would still like the freebie. So that is obviously up to me whether I decide I'm being generous enough. But Claire and Kerry and V, and there's one other lurking, but they've not commented. So I will find out who you are and I will drop you a message with a free link to get booked in my diary. So yes, have a gorgeous evening, guys, and I will see you soon. Mwah. Take care.